Welcome back to part 3 of this tutorial. So I've finished creating the center of the flower. It's about 2 inches in height and mentioned before 1 inch is the strip part and the 1 inch is the not cut part, but you will glue that to the pipe. So the diameter is about 4 inches. You can make it bigger. I think it would look nicer maybe, but I don't have enough time to do that. So I stick around for 4 inches. And then I've painted all the bottom part of the petals as well. It's ready to be prepared. So I'm just grouping the lower part so it would look like a petal now. And then I tried to use a floral tape, but it didn't work. So I went ahead and get a masking tape, so it worked better. However, when I was making the other cosmos flowers, I ended up using stapler and then just staple the bottom part, and it actually worked even better than the masking tape, and it's easier as well. It's faster, and it's I think it looked much better. The petals look much better compared to using the masking tape. Now we'll do it for the rest of the remaining petals. I'll just fast forward this part since it's a repetitive one. Please do please do so in your own pace. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll just fast forward since it's a repetitive. Now let's try to assemble all the petals into the center part. in the blue pipe. So the lower part of the petals, it will stick to the blue pipe. You can adjust the placement of where you want to glue it. So just try to eyeball where. I didn't have any specifications where I wanted it. I just looked at it and see if it looks fine or not. And then for the arrangement of the petals, I tried to place them opposite of each petal. So four petals first and then another four on each um what's that called? In the middle of each first layer. So for this part, I'll just fast forward this as well since it's just a process of gluing the petals. I'd also like to note that I used some floral wires, maybe one or two, so that it will it will make the petals sturdier. It will not fall out easily. So you wrap it around the bottom part of the petals. In this tutorial, I was wrapping the petals with floral wire in each layer. However, when I was making the other cosmos flowers, I found out it's okay to just use one floral wire for all of this. So you just wrap it around the petals, I mean in the holder once you've glued all the petals already. And then I also have a pliers try to prepare one since you'll need it to tighten the floral wire that is wrapped around the petals. And then if there are excess wires, floral wires at the bottom part of the pipe, you'll also need to cut those. To make the holder part more seamless, so I'm using electrical tape to wrap around the bottom part of the flower. I put a glue first so the electrical tape will stick very well to the flower holder. Okay, once done wrapping around the holder of the flower, you will need to make the sepals to cover those and make the flower look cohesive. So I'm just trying to check the output here. So I'm just trying to fluffy off the center of the petal. So now we're going to make the sepals. I have here not sure if this is yellow green or something, but definitely not the green one. So this is the only available green shade of green that I have, so I'll just use this one. I will cut about 4 inches by 6 inches to cover the whole holder or the whole sepal of this flower. I actually did other cosmos flowers after this, and I used 6 by 6 inches instead of the 4 by 6 inches. It looks way much better for me than the 4 inches in height. So I think the longer the sepal, it looks better when it's placed on the flower. Feel free to make your own dimensions for this. This is really not the standard one, so I'm just eyeballing what I think is would look like good for this flower. So definitely it's just from my own perspective. So feel free to make your own dimensions for the sepals. Now we're almost done gluing the sepals of the flower. And I tried to like cut the sepals by three parts so it's easier for me to glue them to the flower holder. Once that's done gluing all the sepal parts, I just try to clean up the bottom part so none of the crepe paper is sticking out of the holder at the bottom. So initially this is how the flower would look like now. I think it looks pretty, although maybe there's some still some areas of improvement that I can see, but definitely this is one of the easy flowers to make. Alright, now we're done making this giant cosmos flower tutorial. So feel free to watch my other giant flower tutorials and upcoming ones as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Here's a short video of the cosmos flower. I tried to place it outside of our house in some of our plants outside. I think it looks nice. The color looks nice. Definitely the shades at the middle, it looks, it adds character to the flower. You can definitely make this darker shade wider and the center part so it's more noticeable. Yeah, so feel free to do one from your end. Thank you.